Good morning. I'm Silvia Giannisi. I'm in charge to communicate about the DeremCo project and about this open call. That is the first the project is opening. Today with me, I have Martin, that is in charge for the technical assistance, and Mattia, that is in charge for assist us for the QA session. Martin, please, I will share now my screen to start to present and to explain how the open call will work. So, the DeremCo project is an IT project and is the manufacturing for circular economy investment in the composite industry. The I3 is the program that funds interregional innovation investment. It is a project that will last 36 months with 30 partners from 7 EU countries and regions. It is coordinated by Politecnico di Milano, and it was funded with more or less 9 million. The DeremCo project combines geographical area with the highest utilization of composites, complementarity in smart specialization of technical enablers, and the manufacturing network. Wind and automotive are distributed value chains with relevant footprint in these regions. What the project do? The project will integrate in a system approach a different innovation action aimed at enhancing the profitability of reinforced plastics recycling and reuse in value-added products. In this project, we have this financial support of third party that has these specific aims. The purpose of financial support of the I3 is to meet further testing, validation, and demonstration needs emerged during the implementation of the project, explore opportunities for cross-sectoral replication, use of the same materials in different application sectors, maximize the exploitation of project results in the same sector, including cross-border exploitation and commercialization, attract SMEs to participate in cross-border value chains, completing the value chains of the companies belonging to the consortium, define the expected result of the sub-project funded via cascaded funding, and then complete the investment portfolio of the DeremCo project. The financial support to third parties reinforce the DeremCo demonstration activity through the following specific activities: developing new circular business model in the composite sectors by leveraging DeremCo's interregional prototypes, combining different key enabling technologies, and then fostering new technology solutions driven by SMEs. In both cases, the solutions are aimed at reaching higher technology readiness levels to enhance the profitability and viability of the DeremCo business cases. Who can apply? The beneficiary of the first open call are SMEs participating individually or in small consortia, maximum 3 SMEs, with legal headquarters or operative office in one of the following EU regions and countries: Austria, Carinthia, Upper and Lower Austria, Belgium, Flanders, Finland, Lansi-Suomi, Italy, Lombardy, Lazio and Umbria, Slovenia, Eastern and Western Slovenia, Spain, Basque countries, and Portugal, Centro. Legal entities willing to participate in the first open call must be officially established in one of the eligible regions at the moment of the submission of their application. A specific document providing their establishment will have to be submitted together with the application. In view of promoting synergies, cross-fertilization and the exploitation, DeremCo encouraged the participation of SMEs involved in other I3 projects. You have to consider that Belgium has two other, in some way linked I3 projects. And they are, just a moment that I have to remember, they are regions for green textile and optimization of 3D printing. So these two projects are two projects funding the I3 program that are coordinated by Belgian partners. And in case of involvement of partners of other I3 projects, the evidence of similar or complementarity as F3 priorities in involved region will justify the relevance of the application. In this case, at least one entity must be established in the regions belonging to the DeremCo consortium, meaning that if the project will, if the applicants come from another I3 project, it is not necessary that all the applicants are based in the I3 regions, but one of the consortium is enough. It is the only exception of the regional the regions that can apply in this open call. Of course, the DeremCo consortium partners or any other entity with potential conflict of interest are not considered as eligible. Who can apply? Legal entities can participate to the first open call individually or in consortia, up to 3 legal entities. In case of consortia, all members must be SMEs, and this is in any cases. SME status can be checked by applicants through the following link, that is a link for the SMEs assessment that the EU. Which activities can be funded? Activities need to be, first of all, coherent with EU priorities defined by the I3 call and must contribute to the DeremCo objectives. The DeremCo First Open Call will support projects proposing innovative solutions in line with the overarching goals of DeremCo, showing high technology readiness level. Projects including activities not in line with the DeremCo objectives or with the low TRL will be considered as not eligible. In particular, the projects are expected to focus on one of the 3 main areas: advancement of materials treatment, input, process improvement, process, and the development of novel solutions for diverse application, output. The activity that can be found in the input sector, we can have new improved materials to be treated with DeremCo technologies. So I can, what I can say? So DeremCo implement the I can say some demonstrator cases in producing compounds from waste composite, and test new technologies or facilities to process these materials. So we can have both the materials and the technologies to be tested. In case of input, the new projects, the application for the open call could provide new materials that can be tested in the DeremCo facilities with the DeremCo technologies. In the process, we can add to the already existing project some solutions that in different way can improve the efficiency or the reduce the cost, reduce the time in the process that are already in use in DeremCo, or that are the traditional technologies in use. For example, for testing, for characterization, any kind of technology that can innovate or give some improvement to the existing technologies that are already in use in DeremCo or in the normal traditional activities. For the output, we are looking for companies, SMEs, that wants to test the materials, the compounds produced by DeremCo, and to demonstrate their process or their technologies to produce some product, some part of product in different sectors that can be the same in some cases of the DeremCo project or other. The most promising areas for implementing these new solutions are identified as nautical, furniture, automotive, including micromobility, medical, electromedical, and constructions. This is not exhaustive. If you have a very good idea in another sector, please contact eventually the contact email for checking if it is in any case of the DeremCo interest. But anyway, don't consider this as exhaustive. The duration and the budget. The maximum duration of each project is 6 months with no extensions. Project with a duration of more than 6 months will be considered as not eligible. Consider that the DeremCo project lasts 3 years, and that all the process of the open call and then the implementation of the project will be at least 10 months. So it is impossible to have an extension for technical issue. The time of the project is very short. The overall amount of the DeremCo budget dedicated to the first open call is 660,000 euro. And each SME can receive a maximum amount of 60,000 euros. This means that in case of project submitted by a consortium that can be of 2 or 3 maximum applicants, the maximum budget per project will be 120,000 euros in case of 2 applicants, or 180,000 euros for a consortium of 3 applicants. The project costs specified in the application form are 100% funded by the financial support of the party. The financing will come from 70% from the EU financing and the remaining from the consortium funding. The cost estimation in the proposal. So the proposal should show a budget that is in line with the applicant's normal practice. If your personal cost, you have a certain cost for the personnel, the cost for the personnel that you declare in the proposal should be in line with it. It should be reasonable, not excessive, but is in line with the activities that you propose, and subject to the basic eligibility rules of the I3. Actually, these are the normal rules for the European projects. The cost and categories are more or less the same. The main categories for each project are the direct personnel cost, the direct subcontracting cost, and the direct purchase cost, travel, subsistence equipment, other goods, work, and services. So, and this is the standard composition of the budget. Of course, the double funding is not allowed. The funding scheme and the eligibility costs. So, the financial support of a party is implementing in the form of lump sum funding, which offer a simplified approach to funding, reduce the administrative and the financial errors, and remove obligation to report actual costs incurred by the project. The monitoring of the beneficiary will be focused on the achievement of expected results and successful implementation of planned activities of the project, rather than on detailed cost accounting. What does it mean? It means that the project will be evaluated considering the actuation of the activities that you declare in your proposal. So you should be clear in declaring your activities, and then you have to do exactly, as much as possible, what you read in your proposal. The final report should report all the activities that you implemented in the project, and should be consistent with the proposal. And this is the way the DeremCo consortium will certify that you did what you said and will pay the final payment. So there is not a specific restriction for any cost. So it is like another project, but it will reimburse as a lump sum funding. How it will work? So normally, depending on the lump sum funding, don't depend on the successful outcomes, but only on the completion of activities. No financial accounting report is foreseen for beneficiary. So the only report is technical, okay, about what you are doing. However, of course, you have a contractual obligation foreseen by the grant agreement. Obligation on the beneficiary is to maintain all the documents available for any kind of audit by the European Commission, but you don't need to have the timesheet, the pay slips, or other things like this. You have just to, you are required to make available just documents, providing that the work was done as detailed in their action plan. Beneficiary will have to present a detailed budget at the application stage, associated to their action plan, to define and justify the amount requested with the lump sum. Meaning you are proposing some activities, you will present a detailed budget explaining which cost these activities will incur, and this will be evaluated against the activities that you propose. When your proposal will be accepted, you have not to justify any more cost. The submission of the application. The open call is published widely and in conformity to the EU standards concerning equal treatment, conflict of interest, and confidentiality. Application for the first open call must be submitted exclusively through the dedicated web page that you can find in the DeremCo, also in the DeremCo website, and also on the European Commission portal. And it is open at least 2 months with the following application period. For this first call, The application period is from the 19th of June to the 4th of September 2024. To submit their projects, applicants will have to use the template available in the website. Okay, the template available in the website is the Annex 2 proposal template. And all the applications have to be submitted in English. Evidence about their legal status, demonstrating their eligibility, must be also provided with their application. Such document can be provided also in original language. So the document that demonstrated that you are based in one of the eligible region and that you are an SMEs, I don't know, so you can be provided in your original language. In case of technical problems with the submission of application, please write to this email, DeremCo@metagroup.com. That is also the email available for any kind of further information that you would need. Application presented with different modalities than those described here will be rejected. So the only way to participate is to enter in the website, download the proposal template, and apply through the website. Which are the evaluation criteria for the proposal? First of all, the eligibility. I can assume the eligibility are being an SME, being established in one of the eligible region, as I explained in the previous section, and or being in the situation of the participation in another I3 project, and the application should be received within the call deadline. And this is for the eligibility. And then there are the technical evaluation. For the technical evaluation, we have the three main areas. The three main areas that are relevance. Relevance presents different aspects. So the coherence of the proposed project with the DeremCo objectives and DeremCo's partners' business objectives, including progress behind the state of the art. And this have a maximum of 10 points. The consistencies with the value chains of the industrial partners, maximum 5 points, and complementarity with other innovation action and I3 projects, maximum 2 points. So the relevance will be considered against the DeremCo objectives and partner interest, but also against the complementarity with other innovation action and I3 projects. I remember that 2 other projects in the I3 are have been funded by two Belgian coordinators. So you can check the 2 projects also to share with the companies these projects, and to see if there are companies, SMEs, that are interested in participating in this open call. The evaluation criteria 2, concerning the quality, the technical financial feasibility of the action plan, of course. So as we said before, the project should be feasible and should be feasible in 6 months. Cioè, don't forget that your test, your demonstration should be feasible with the money that you declare and in the time of 6 months. And it has maximum 12 points. The soundness and credibility of the marketing plan. So considering that your proposal should have a market target, should be market oriented. So the idea is to use the DeremCo materials or provide new materials, use the DeremCo technologies or provide new technologies to achieve the market, to arrive with products or technologies or process test or product to the market. So the potential impact, in fact, will evaluate the market potential, maximum 10 points, the social, territorial, and environmental impact, for example, project that will use composite waste that are highly distributed in the environment, so that they have an impact on the environmental protection, of course, have a higher score than other that maybe are interesting, but for example, process composite waste that are not distributed too much in the environment, or are they have small quantity. There are small quantity and so on. So for the point of social, territorial, and environmental impacts, these are the criteria that you should consider. And then the impact on less developed regions, maximum 2 points. So in this case, you can have two different cases. One is companies that submit proposal coming from less developed regions. The less developed regions in this project are not too much. They are Centro Portugal and I don't know if the Slovenia ones. Of course, not Flanders, but you can demonstrate that the solutions, the product, the technologies, the testing or characterization technology that you are proposing have an impact on a specific problem that is specific for one or more less developed regions. So if your technology or your product or you reuse waste that are a very big problem in some less developed region, this is considered as an impact on a less developed region, and you can achieve maximum 2 points for this issue. The maximum score you can achieve is 60 points. Proposals not reaching a minimum technical threshold of 35 points will be rejected. DeremCo partners promotes gender equality and at different level. This includes also the financial support of third-party mechanism. In particular, we reported here only the case of application received the same score during the evaluation procedure. Those included the highest rate of women with the team will be preferred, but of course this is not only the only criterion on the gender equality, but also the kind of proposal, the use of the product that will be, for example, suggested by your proposals, and so different approaches that can be done by different gender in the proposition of new materials and products. The distribution of the financial support, the payment of the awarded grants will be made by bank transfers from the DeremCo Partners Meta Group, that is the partner in charge for the open call management. 70% of the total grant will be provided to each beneficiary as pre-financing within 10 working days from the signature of the grant agreement. And the balance will be paid at the end of the project activities upon submission and approval of a final technical report. I remember only a final technical report, not a financial report, not timesheets, not actual cost, nothing. Only the technical report that should be approved by the consortium. The obligation of the beneficiary, of course, when signing the specific grant agreement or contract, the beneficiary will accept the contractual obligation under Articles 12, conflict of interest, confidentiality and security, ethics, visibility, project rules of carrying out action, information, record keeping, and the I3 model grant agreement. They seem to be a lot of things, but actually they are the normal rules that the European Commission is used to ask in their grant agreement. About the only one thing about the visibility. All the projects are required. You can reading the documents, you can see that all the projects are required to participate in at least one communication event of the projects. And these costs are not funded separately, but you have to include this cost in your budget. So foresee in your budget one travel for example, or a participation in one communication event. Moreover, another obligation for the recipient will be to submit a technical report at the mid-project and one at the end of the project. The technical report at the mid-project is necessary to be sure that all the activities are proceeding in line with the proposal, in line with the scheduled activities. And the technical report at the end of the project, of course, will define we declare that the project is finished and the project can be paid, can receive the last payment. This final report will include also the description of the impact of the supported investment on the value chain. So the partner that will test a new material, for example, and will test or will add a process part to the value chain should demonstrate which is the impact that such add-ons provide to the value chains. And again, the obligation of the beneficiaries are not only obligation, but they receive also some help. A technical mentor will be assigned to each funded project to support and facilitate collaboration with the DeremCo partners. Since the call foreseen that the project achieved the DeremCo needs, a technical mentor will be assigned to each project to be sure that such matching with the DeremCo needs is achievable, and eventually if some problem emerged, the technical mentor will be available to find solutions to deviate from the foreseen activities and to discuss with the consortium if the deviation can be accepted or not, or which kind of deviation can be suggested also to the applicants. All recipients may be subject to check, reviews, audit, and investigation from meta group or the DeremCo coordinator. Of course, this is normal in the agreements, but I can say the aim of the consortium is to create a very friendly collaboration ecosystem, and this that we are mentioning, like check, reviews, audit, probably will be just discussion between the coordinator, the partner that manage the call, the mentors, and the recipients, in order to obtain the best results. A deviation from the initial plan of failing to obtain expected results could lead to contractual breach only if the participant won't do what they wrote in the proposal without discussing, negotiating, and find solution with the consortium. It's not something that depends on your works, but only in case of not doing the activities or not discussing eventual deviation that you have to propose for some technical issue that could, of course, emerge from the activities, because we are still working in the demonstration phase. Something cannot work. This is not part of. So this is not linked to this to the fact that something cannot work, but only if something not work and you don't collaborate to deviate from this, or to do something, or also to analyze very well why it doesn't work, and which suggestion can be done to solve the problem that you found. This is what normally we do in these cases. And this is what I said before. The beneficiary should participate in at least one dissemination of communication events, and it should be included in the budget of the project. So now I would like to stop a little bit here, because I want to open a Q&A section if you need specification. You can share your question by chat, because we don't have the direct communication, and Martin can read the questions, and I will answer the question.
Volume. Hello. Thank you, Silvia. Well, I see that for now there are no questions in the comments. So I invite the audience, if there is anything they are thinking to ask, they can write in the comments, so we can see it and we can discuss it.
Okay,
so we can maybe wait a couple of minutes.
Yes, I will
give
you. Yes, I will give to the audiences just 2-3 minutes. I just stop my cam for 1 minute. So I'll come back in 2 minutes to see if you have any questions.
Okay, I see we have one question now. Let's see if somebody else will write down some. Okay, very good. We have two questions. So the first one, I don't know, Silvia, if you're there. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
From Mojka Grahek, and she asks, we work in aeronautic technology. Is that good to enter the application in sector for nautical, fabric, etc.?
Yes. Yes, of course. Of course, you have to read carefully the technical annex that we will share in the next session. Understand if your activity is linked to the requirements, and if you have new products, new technologies, you testing or other things. And you can use the composite waste coming from the aeronautical sector.
Okay, then we have a question from Linde de Vries. Can the consortium decide when the project starts, or is there a fixed timeline?
Okay, normally the project starts the date of the grant agreement signature. Of course, you can decide you can decide to anticipate, but you consider that you cannot charge the cost if you anticipate the activities before the signature of the grant agreement. So, and in this case, I think that is not in your interest to do it. You can maybe participate, but consider that the time, the duration of the project is so short, 6 months, that you cannot postpone it too much, because of course you need to remain in the 6 months, and you cannot have extensions. So normally, I can say what happens in a previous project. Not all the grant agreement were signed at the same date. We had more than 1 month between the first and the last signature. And of course, then the project started at different dates. My suggestion is to start as soon as possible. So because it is true that you cannot have an extension, but it is also true that it is different to have not the possibility to have an extension at the last month of the DeremCo project or at 6 months before, because of course I can say the flexibility. I will say it, even I cannot say it's different. So if you finish your project 6 months, you have to finish 6 months before the end of the project. You still need 2 weeks. Okay, maybe we can say yes. But if you finish the project the month that the DeremCo finished, you cannot have any days of extension. You have to close, and where you close, you will be paid only for the part that you did. That is the part that you reported. So the part that you reported at the middle of the project, it's not a good good result, I think.
Okay, then we have a question from Parnia about the duration of the open call. I think she wants to be sure if it is 3 months.
It is not 302. So the open call, this open call is officially open from the 19th of June, and it will close the 4th of September. So the deadline is the 4th of September. You have to submit your proposal before this deadline. Then more or less, so the schedule is that in 1 month you should receive the results. This is what the consortium and the partner managing the projects, the open call foresees, but you can consider also something more than 1 month. Okay. And then you have to prepare and to sign the grant agreement. So this is the reason because I consider that it's better to avoid to postpone too much, to ask to postpone. Maybe you can ask to postpone 1-2 weeks the starting date of the project, no more.
Then we have Mojka. The question is about, are the 6 months for developing the project from start to the end, or the project has to be, let's say, developed in a form of preliminary project proposal? I think that's what she means. So in the 6 months, does the project have to be designed from the beginning till the end?
Yes. Yes. The project is to be implemented in the 6 months. So what you write in the proposal should be implemented during the 6 months. That we are talking about 60,000 euros projects. So not big project, but mainly testing, demonstrating of materials or technologies. Something that the SMEs should already have at an high TRL. For example, being an example of an input, a company that has already demonstrated at TRL 7 the production of a compound starting from a composite waste of, for example, the aeronautical that the colleague mentioned before. They have these compounds and they want to test the facilities, the technologies that DeremCo are producing, for example, some of the materials that the products that DeremCo is already demonstrating. In this case, you have to contact, of course, start to contact your mentor. The mentor will put you in contact with the technical partner that can provide the facilities to test this material. And then you have to discuss with this. You have to prepare the compounds that you want to test in a quantity that is suitable for the technology and the process that the DeremCo partners already developed. And then you have to provide some tests and, of course, also some validation of your test. You have to validate the product that are produced with your compounds. So this is what you, for the example of the input, so the new materials that you want to test. If you want to add to the process a specific technology that, for example, reduce the time for one of the activity, one of the process part. Of course, you should already have this technology demonstrated at a certain high TRL 6-7. You have to you will be contacted by the mentor. The mentor will discuss with you and will put you in contact, or maybe he could be, or he or her or she could be the person in charge or to work with you, for example, because it is the owner of the following part of the process in which your add-on should be linked. So, and then you have to discuss with them and to organize how to match this these technologies, and then you have to test. For example, you say, okay, I have a new technology that accelerate the testing and the characterization of the materials. Okay, in this case, you first of all you have to try to build the experiments, and then you have to also to validate. For example, this you say this reduce the time of 10%, and you have to validate that your test reduce the time of 10%, or to test why it is not achieved or why it is more, and eventually which intervention you can do to ameliorate it, or maybe which impact you obtained that was not foreseen at the beginning. So, but this is all these activities have to be done within the 6 months.
We have also a question from Stefan. He asks if waste from other byproducts and from other industrial products are eligible. So other meaning beside composites.
So my answer is no, but since I'm not a technical partner and I'm also not the coordinator of the project, I suggest to send an email to the link that you will find in this slide. That this will be shared after the meeting. And also this meeting is recorded, so you can have all. Ask to do this specific question to the coordinator, because he could have some specific interest in some specific product that is different, maybe, I don't know, from composite, or can be substitute, for example, some composite. So I suggest you to ask this question to the email to have an answer directly from the coordinator.
Very good. Last but not least, Linda asks, when does the DeremCo project end?
The DeremCo project will end, so we are now at in the middle of the project. It will end in November or 2025. 30th of November 2025.
Exactly. So for now, there are no more questions, and I think we are...
I want just to add, because I forgot
please.
it, that in the last quarter of the year, maybe September, October, maybe not for the last quarter, maybe in October, we will have a second call. What will happen? The second call could be updated respect to this one. And the proposal that will be in the ranking, but not funded in the first call, will be contacted for the second one, will be contacted to ask if they are still interested in reapplying, or the same if they are not different, or to update the proposal and to reapply it for the second call. Also, the money that will be not spent in the first call will be added to the second call. I suggest to whom is interested in participating in any way to participate now, because the second call will have very, very strict time to be implemented, because as I said, in end of November 2025, the DeremCo project will end, and it is very, very difficult and stressing to arrive at the last month of the project with the sub-project to close. Also difficult because the project has to be paid and so on. I already had this experience, and I don't recommend it to the people to do it. It's better to apply the first call. Okay.
We have one more question. No, that's not true.
Not true. Finished?
Yeah, for now we are finished. I don't know, Silvia, if there is more to say, and then we can wait for other questions, or you tell me.
No, for me it's okay. I would just to share with you the topics with a short, so you can share the presentation and a short preliminary consideration. I'm not a technician. I don't, so I can explain something. I cannot enter in deep in the technical issues. My colleagues, my technical colleagues, are all traveling for a review meeting. I asked if someone is arrived or still not leaving to connect to the meeting for eventually too much technical question. But in any case, if you have at the end of this presentation you have very technical questions, please write in the chat. You will be contacted or will be answered by the right person with the right level, technical level for your needs. So what can we say now? This, as we said before, we have three main areas of application: the input, the process, and the output. We have 7 topics, mixed topics for process or for the other 2 areas. So in this case, we have the topic 1 is a process topic. And this asks for prototype of an add-on system to improve the crushing and or the shredding process of composite materials, thermoset matrix. So we are talking about a thermoset matrix composites. In particular, hermetic system for dust capture, shearing tearing system. Proposed solution are expected to reduce the amount of dust of at least 10% compared to the current systems. So if a company appointed a system for cutting or processing these materials that reduce the dust production of at least 10%, this is one of the prototype that DeremCo wish to test. The prototype or the proposed solution can be tested on a production line made available by the project partners. So you can test this prototype for reducing, for cutting this material or tearing. So you can test it on a process line that one or more partners of the DeremCo project will made available. Why one or more? Because we are talking about an interregional circular value chain. So we are talking about partners that are positioned along the value chain. So maybe 2 of them work together in something. And in this case, you will test the line in the more suitable step for your prototype. The experience of applicants in mechanical recycling of polymers and composites will be considered as an added value. So if you are a company that has this kind of experience, you will receive more points for the part of the industrial relevance of the partners. Okay. Then the topics 2 is linked to an output or to outputs. and is linked to prototypes of innovative products realized by large format additive manufacturing using compounds produced by the DeremCo project. In this case, you should test the output of the project. So in the first topic, you provide an add-on to the process. In this way, you should test the output of the projects and use it, the compounds produced by DeremCo for these prototypes that realize that product by large format additive manufacturing. This solution can be component, tools, furniture, part of a bigger application. So any kind of parts of something or all a product that you can use through these technologies to produce something using the project the project output, the project compounds. Okay. A limited amount of the DeremCo material will be made available for test. What does it mean? Of course, you couldn't test a very big product. If you have to produce something, you can produce a part of it to demonstrate the feasibility, to demonstrate the characteristics of the compounds are suitable for the technical requirement for that kind of product, but you cannot build something very big because, of course, we are still working in a demonstration phase, but within a project. So, and, also the supply chain for the waste and to be tested in such projects is not easy. So the quantity of the material is not too much, also because it should be available for more than one project. So consider this. We will have some materials, but not too much. Okay. Of course, this issue will be discussed with the project at the beginning when you will be assigned a mentor. So you will discuss immediately what you want to do, how many materials you need, and you consider that the supply of the materials could be in some case also something that delays for some weeks some activities. The same is for the use of the process line, because we have to also to see how many projects want to apply for the same process line. Okay. Knowledge of additive manufacturing and availability of 3D printing processes from applicants will be considered as an added value. The proposed product should include at least 20% of recycled materials from fiber-reinforced polymers, again on thermoplastic matrix. Topic 3, it is again an output project, prototypes of new application using the hybrid yarn produced within DeremCo. Application targeted the nautical, furniture, and automotive sector will be given about the hybrid yarn, as well as a limited amount of sample hybrid yarn will be made available to applicants by the project partners. Again, we will have the knowledge, we will have the partners that will collaborate with the new projects to test this hybrid yarn, but again, the quantity, the availability is not infinitive. So it is limited. Okay. The topic 4 is a process topic. and it foresees prototypes of novel technologies or strategies to improve the testing process and the lifetime characterization of the DeremCo products made of a variable quantity of recycled fibrous granulates. So, if you can provide ITRL technology or strategies to improve this test process and lifetime characterization, you can apply and test with several different variable quantities of recycled fiber or granules. The proposed solutions are expected to reduce time and cost if compared to traditional testing technologies or strategies of at least 15%. So if you have a technology at ITRL and you think that your technology could reduce the time and the cost of the traditional technologies for testing these materials, this is the case that you can apply. Topic 5, again, output. Prototypes, a small sample of new product using the recycled bulk molding compounds produced within DeremCo. This is more or less the same concept of the previous, but with different materials. The materials we talked before, we are talking until now, where the thermo sorry, because I don't remember the name, but thermoplastic matrix, sorry. And now we are talking about another kind of materials that are bulk molding compounds, okay, recycling bulk molding compounds. And this is project are the same concept, but of course it is different application. What the DeremCo partners will provide to the applicants, they provide a short training of the recycled bulk molding compounds, its variation and properties achievable on molded components. They will provide molded sample with different recycled bulk molding compounds formulation produced during the DeremCo. They advise the design of new product for a better use of such materials, and they advise on how to design and produce a mold for the transformation of thermosetting materials. So what the project aims to achieve is to receive some prototype, a small sample produced with this DeremCo materials. Again, using DeremCo output to produce something. Then we still have another output topic. Prototype a small sample of new products manufactured using injection molding with DeremCo materials. It is the same of the previous one, but the materials is the technology is different. Now we have injection molding. Again, a limited amount of material will be made available to applicants for their projects. Application included new product in industry different from automotive will be prioritized. Why? Because we have a lot of demonstration cases in DeremCo in the automotive sector, but the interest of the project is to use such materials not only in the automotive sector, but also to enlarge the application, to enlarge the market, to enlarge the opportunities. So sector different from the automotive will be prioritized. Facilities for the injection molding will be made available to the applicants by the DeremCo partners. And then, finally, we have the topic 7, the input. The input is just one. Why? Because the previews are already defined by the DeremCo outcomes, the DeremCo compounds, the DeremCo technologies, and so on. The topic side input is open because, of course, we don't know which kind of new technology of waste material, typology of waste material based on natural fibers to be recycled, facilities of the DeremCo parts will be made available, but the materials should be a lot of different kind and will be provided by the applicants. The availability of the waste material for testing is considered an asset. As I said, it is difficult to provide the materials, and if it is difficult to provide the material inside the project, so the materials that we already know and we are already testing in the DeremCo projects, of course, it is very difficult also due to the time to provide a material that we don't know before that we need. So the partner that apply, of course, is a partner that is working on this waste, already know how to provide, which supply chain can activate to provide these waste materials. So the availability from the applicant of the waste material for testing is considered an asset. And I finished. So we have 10 minutes for some question, again through the chat. If the question are, if I am able to answer, I will answer. Otherwise, I will suggest, I will forward your request to the right partners, and you will receive an answer by email by the right person.
Yes, I think, Silvia, you covered everything. I see now that there are no more questions.
Okay, 2 minutes for the questions. I will.
Let's wait 2 minutes. If somebody has more doubts or anything, please put it in the comment. Otherwise, as Silvia said, contacts will be sent and shared, so you will be able to ask to the project coordinators directly. I see that Stefan asked about typologies, topic 7. I'm not sure what he means. I don't know if you, Silvia, know.
Please, Mattia, open again the technical specification so I can better understand which
Silvia,
is the
I think
question.
you're muted.
No, I'm no more mute. No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm no more. Okay. Please share. Okay. Okay. New typology of waste materials based on natural fibers to be recycled. I think that this is one of the composites already used by DeremCo that we are talking about before. This new typology of waste material, it is not well specified. And my suggestion before starting to work for something that maybe is not required by DeremCo, my suggestion is to write with the specific material you should or could you want to test to use, and send an email. Send an email. The email will be available at the end of the slides. Send email specifying exactly if this material is eligible. Okay, if because which is a problem. the facilities of the DeremCo partners are certain kind of facilities, okay? Maybe the material you want to test is also very good, but since it is not specified before, maybe the facilities could be not suitable for this for a material very different from the previous one, okay? So from the already use in use in the DeremCo. So I suggest to write an email asking if the materials you want to test if is of the DeremCo interest is eligible, and you will receive the answer also respect to the fact that maybe it is interesting, but we don't have facilities able to use this material, or yes, we don't have a perfect facility, but we are very interested in testing it or not. So the important thing is to have the material available, okay? So now I don't know I saw in some meeting project meeting some materials based on natural fibers, but not too much developed as I saw. So my suggestion is to ask explaining directly which is the kind of material you want to test, and asking if it is eligible for this project. If the DeremCo project is interested in this, okay? Because, of course, before starting to work for nothing, it's better to be sure. Other question?
There are no more questions, Silvia.
No more questions.
We shared, just for information, we shared the info email about the DeremCo, which of course will also be visible again. But I don't see any more questions for the moment. There are 5 minutes
Okay.
left. I don't know.
Okay, so consider that you can ask questions, you can ask information, and you can ask all. Please, Mattia, share the last slide where there is the email. Anyway, you will receive it, but just to show it. So, what if you have any question that you don't think now, or very technical question or other question about the administrative part or about the application form, please, this is the email for the information. You will receive all the information from the right person in charge for the specific issue of the call. I think that if there is no more, there are no more questions. I think that
I confirm.
Okay.
No more questions.
Okay. So I think I hope to have been enough clear in explaining the administrative part, maybe better than the technical one. But anyway, I hope to have given to you an idea about what the DeremCo is looking for, an idea that can at least generate your curiosity to ask for eventual application, for asking if your ideas are eligible, and to continue to follow the DeremCo for the next activities. I think that we can close here. Thank you very much for your participation, and so I hope that you can find these slides useful for a future application, and I hope to meet you again in the DeremCo project after this application as winners of of the projects. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you to Mattia.